Imagine a city that reshaped the course of history. From a small cluster of huts along the Tiber River, it grew into one of the most powerful empires the world has ever known. Rome wasn't just a city. It was an idea, a force, an empire that changed laws, spread languages, and defined cultures for over 1,000 years. But how could such a juggernaut fall? How could the glory of Rome turn into ruin? This is not just a story about battles and emperors. It's about the ambition that built the Colosseum, the betrayal that ended Julius Caesar, the conquest of vast lands, and the seeds of collapse as the empire stretched beyond its limits. Throughout this journey, we'll explore how Rome taught the world about power and its consequences. Stay tuned for an astonishing glimpse into the rise and fall of the Eternal City. Did you know the story of Rome begins with a wild, untamed myth? Legend has it, two brothers, Romulus and Remus, were abandoned as infants and miraculously nursed by a she-wolf. From adversity, they rose, but ambition took hold. Romulus, in a tragic twist, killed Remus and went on to found what we now call Rome. Historians still debate whether this tale is fact or fiction, but one thing's clear: it captures the unyielding spirit that defined Rome for centuries. In reality, early Rome wasn't the grandeur we envision today. It was a modest settlement of huts surrounded by 7 hills. Its people? Tough, resourceful survivors. They were farmers turning over rocky soil by day, warriors defending their land at night. Through relentless determination, they forged alliances and grew stronger. This is just the beginning of their incredible journey from myth to an empire that reshaped history. Imagine this. It's 509 BCE. Rome, a city under the reign of kings, suddenly takes a bold, unprecedented turn. The monarchy is overthrown, and power moves not to another single ruler, but to the people, or at least their representatives. This revolutionary shift launches what we now know as the Roman Republic. Think of it. No more kings dictating every move. Instead, power is split like never before, shared by senators, consuls, and tribunes, officials elected by the citizens. This wasn't a mere political tweak. It was a seismic shift in governance. This new republic was structured around checks and balances, ensuring no one person could claim absolute power. It was the birth of a system that would inspire countless governments in the centuries to come, echoing even into modern politics. What brought them to this decision? Did you know that the birth of modern democracy owes a lot to ancient Rome? But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The Roman Republic was groundbreaking, but it came with its share of issues. A fierce battle of power raged between the patricians, the wealthy elite, and the plebeians, who were the common people. Over time, the plebeians grew tired of being sidelined. They demanded, and earned, a louder voice in politics. They even forced the creation of laws like the 12 Tables, ensuring that everyone, regardless of class, could at least know the rules. Sure, it wasn't perfect, inequality still persisted, but their determination influenced governance forever. Fun fact, ideas like the Senate, veto power, and checks and balances that we now see in modern nations, like the United States, were inspired by this system. Isn't it fascinating how the echoes of ancient Rome still shape our world today? Think about it. Amazing, right? The Roman Empire wasn't always the colossal force of history we know today. In the 3rd century BCE, it was rising, and its ambitions extended well beyond the Italian peninsula. But Rome had an uphill battle, because standing tall and proud across the Mediterranean was its formidable rival, Carthage. Carthage wasn't just a player, it was a powerhouse. Positioned in North Africa, it commanded rich trade networks, a powerful navy, and an economy fueled by worldly connections. Yet Rome had something more fearsome: its relentlessness in war. As their ambitions clashed over territory, trade, and dominance, the Mediterranean witnessed battles that would shake history itself. How did this epic rivalry shape the ancient world? And more importantly, who truly mastered war? Dive into the saga of Rome versus Carthage, where two titans fought to etch their legacy in time. Let the rivalry begin. This is a tale you can't miss. Imagine this: Carthage's legendary general, Hannibal, leading an army of war elephants across the snowy peaks of the Alps, their sole mission, to bring Rome to its knees. Sounds like something out of a dream? Well, it happened in the Punic Wars. These brutal conflicts pitted Carthage against Rome in a battle for dominance. Despite Hannibal's genius, Rome's resilience was its secret weapon. Enter Scipio Africanus, the Roman general whose strategy turned the tide of history by defeating Carthage. Victory didn't just mean survival for Rome, it marked the beginning of an empire that stretched across the western Mediterranean. Picture this. From the bustling roads of Spain to the architectural wonders in Egypt, Roman engineering flourished. Aqueducts, roads, and monumental cities became lasting reminders of its ambition. This was more than war. It was the foundation of a legacy that shaped the world. Now, isn't that mind-blowing? History, as epic as ever. By the 1st century BCE, Rome's republic was showing deep cracks. The promise of shared power was shattered by ambition. Enter Julius Caesar, a master tactician and power player. Leveraging military victories, he began undermining the Senate's authority. Then came his infamous decision to cross the Rubicon River in 49 BCE, a daring declaration of war against the Republic. That moment was a game changer. It was all or nothing. Caesar seized control, declared himself dictator for life, ruling with an iron grip, unrivaled in power. But as with all who rise too high, so came his fall. His assassination in 44 BCE shocked the world, plunging Rome into chaos. Yet this act of treachery didn't restore the Republic. It paved the path for something entirely new. The chaos gave birth to an empire that would shape history for centuries. One decision changed everything. History was made, but at what cost? This is the story of Augustus, the adopted heir of Julius Caesar, and the man who changed Rome forever. In 27 BCE, Augustus became Rome's first emperor, creating a system of governance that would last for centuries. But his reign wasn't just about power, it marked the start of the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and prosperity that stretched over 200 years. Imagine a world where innovation, art, and commerce could flourish, untouched by the chaos of war. That's the legacy Augustus left behind. He stabilized Rome's economy, reformed its military, and launched grand construction projects to showcase the power of the empire. Augustus didn't just rule. He transformed Rome into the superpower of the ancient world. Curious about how one man shaped the lives of millions? Stay tuned for more episodes from the Pax Romana Chronicles. Did you know ancient Rome wasn't always majestic temples and heroic conquests? Under emperors like Trajan and Hadrian, Rome reached breathtaking heights, stretching from Britain to Mesopotamia. This was the empire's golden era, a time of thriving architecture, laws still influencing the world today, and marvels like the Colosseum and Pantheon. But behind the glory, not all emperors ruled with wisdom. Enter Nero, the infamous ruler remembered for his excesses. Legend claims Nero played his lyre as Rome burned. Though perhaps embellished, it paints a vivid picture of Rome's darker times. Yet amidst corruption and cruelty, Rome thrived against odds. Its legacy is complex. Powerful leaders, visionary achievements, yet tales of scandal. This empire, filled with contrasts, shaped the world in ways unimaginable. Stick around as we unravel more stories in empires and emperors. The rise and fall of ancient Rome. Stop scrolling. Imagine the mighty Roman Empire, a force unchallenged for centuries. But by the 3rd century CE, even this titan began to crumble. Rome's golden age faded into chaos as internal troubles took hold. Corruption seeped into politics. Generals, hungry for power, turned on each other, leading to civil wars that drained resources. Meanwhile, Rome's economy teetered. Inflation skyrocketed, and heavy taxation suffocated its citizens. The rich got richer while the poor sank into despair. And then, external forces closed in. Fierce tribes like the Goths and Vandals saw an opportunity to strike at Rome's weakest moments. Each blow chipped away at the empire's illusion of eternal strength. How did a civilization that once ruled the known world fall into such disarray? The answer reveals a universal truth. All great empires must eventually collapse. But what truly sealed Rome's fate? Stay tuned to Empire's End. Let's unravel this mystery together. Did you know one of the world's most legendary empires, Rome, came to a symbolic end in 476 CE. That year, the last Roman emperor in the West, Romulus Augustulus, was overthrown by the Germanic king Odoacer. And just like that, the Western Roman Empire faded from the world stage. But here's the burning question. Why did Rome fall? Was it stretched too thin from overexpansion? Did endless political corruption tear it from the inside? Or could it be the relentless invasions of fierce tribes like the Huns and Visigoth? The truth is, no single factor caused its collapse. It was a tangled web of all these challenges and more, pulling the empire apart. As its western reign crumbled, the Eastern Roman, or Byzantine Empire emerged, lasting for another 1,000 years. Stick around as we decode the complex puzzle of Rome's downfall. This is Falling Rome, deciphering the empire's downfall. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its influence continues to shape our world today. More than 1,500 years later, Roman law became the foundation for many of the world's legal systems, including those in Europe, the Americas, and beyond. Latin, the language of Rome, evolved into the Romance languages: Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian, spoken by over 1 billion people today. Roman engineering was ahead of its time. From their innovative aqueducts to architectural marvels like the Colosseum, their techniques still inspire modern engineers. Think about the arches in bridges or stadium design. That's Rome's genius. Even modern political systems were influenced by Roman governance. Concepts like the Senate echo their political legacy. And let's not forget their impact on culture. Movies, books, and even video games often draw from Roman history and mythology. The Roman Empire may have ended, but its legacy is timeless. Did you know Rome wasn't just a city, or even just an empire? It was an idea, a symbol of ambition, creativity, and resilience that reshaped humanity forever. Over 2,000 years ago, under Caesar's leadership and beyond, Rome forged innovations in governance, architecture, and even law that still echo in modern society. Imagine this: the roads you commute on, or even the concept of a republic, owe much to this ancient power. Most empires crumble and vanish into time's abyss. But Rome? Rome thrives in hearts and systems across the globe. From the towering arches of Europe to the sunlit arenas of America, Rome's spirit lives on. Though its legions are gone, its dream still inspires leaders, thinkers, and dreamers. We're just scratching the surface. If you're fascinated by how the past defines the future, join us. Subscribe today and uncover the eternal legacy of Rome. Echoes of Rome.